If you're old enough, as I am, you may remember how your mom or grandma had a can of this that never left the kitchen counter. Nowadays, few people know how to make it. The food I'm talking about is lard. Here's how you make it. It all starts with a superior quality fat source, such as the pork belly. The same part is used to make bacon. To render it, you want to cut it into strips, place it into a pot, place the pot over low heat, and let it work. Do not rush this process. Just pour the melted fat into an empty glass jar. There are a few methods for storing lard long term, and they all depend on the level of convenience you're looking for. Lard can keep good for a year or two that way. If you want to preserve meat in it, just cook the meat and submerge it in the lard. The fat will protect it from spoilage. It will also make it taste heavenly.
This is exactly the kind of information I found in this 350-page book called The Lost Ways. This is probably the only survival book I've actually enjoyed reading.
This was the ultimate survival food of our forefathers. Cooled and sewn into bison hide bags weighing 90 pounds, it was an extremely dense, high-protein and high-energy food. A single pound provided about 3,500 calories. This is one of the lost foods that can stay good for many years without refrigeration. Ultimately, it fueled the fur trade all over North America and Canada, fed settlers in the northern Great Plains, and even helped explorers reach the South Pole safely. This superfood provides your body with everything it needs to survive and stay healthy. And nowadays, it's not made anymore, but today I'm going to share with you its long-forgotten recipe so you can add it to your own stockpile.
I found this simple but useful recipe among many other survival things we've lost to history in this book. It's called The Lost Ways, and it's probably the only survival book I've actually enjoyed reading.
To make your own Spam, first cut a pork shoulder in steaks like this until you reach the bone, and then keep cutting around it. Next, simply cube up all the meat like you would for stew. Now, once you're done, move on to the ham and repeat the process. When both the ham and meat are cubed up, spread them out evenly onto a baking pan and stick it in the freezer for 45 minutes or so. Now, after the meat is cooled for 45 minutes, take it out and pass it through a meat grinder. Then mix everything together using your best kitchen utensil, your hands. Now, place the smaller pans into a bigger pan filled with water and wrap the smaller pans with aluminum foil. Place everything into a preheated 250-degree oven for 3.5 hours.
With this book, I've tried to save all of their lost survival wisdom for ourselves and for the next generation. Click on the link below to discover more interesting things from The Lost Ways, the only book that saves our grandparents' survival knowledge for the day may come when we need it once more.